Sign up for our monthly giveaway. Every month, we give away exclusive Cigars and Sea Stories gear, as well as items for our guests and sponsors. Those are gadgets, gizmos, all sorts of different stuff. When you subscribe to our newsletter by going to cigarsandseastories.com and clicking subscribe, you automatically enter into our monthly giveaway. How you earn points for those giveaway is by sharing the referral link with your network. Every time you share, you earn a point. Every time one of your friends subscribes, you earn an additional 5 points. So go to cigarsandseastories.com right now and subscribe.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Bennett and Mike are talking about gum. Gum. Like G-U-M, like gum. Remember the gum in MREs? The ones, supposedly you chew it, and it's a stool softener, to put it correctly, I guess. But then there's also caffeine gum. Two different shapes. One's a rectangle, the other one's more of a, kind of looks like a Mentos. The reason why I say that is because the caffeine gum works really well when you want to shoot it out of slingshots and you get in rock wars with kids. If you ever allegedly did that, which was a hell of a lot of fun.
It's like throwing batteries at people's cars.
No, not bad. That's fucked up. I mean, it was... Look, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm gonna call the guy and see if it's cleared hot, if we can share this picture. But I have seen a Marine get blasted in the face by a kid with a rock. Like, straight up, like this kid, Nolan Ryan ain't got shit on this kid. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now. Little bastard in a man dress hucking a rock over the razor wire. And it was fair. It was all odds. There was no retaliation on our side. You know, it was, hey, man, you got him. You got him. You know, it was one of those things. Like, it was cool. But Jesus, dude. I was looking at videos with the little kids, and we used to get in a caffeine gum fight. I mean, we would chew the caffeine gum also. Do you have caffeine gum in your MREs?
I never had that. Well, any of the gum in any MREs, just so you know, this is something I do know because I have looked into it. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, it's just gum.
It's just gum. There's no laxatives or antidiarrheals or anything like that in your fucking gum in an MRE. It's all bullshit. It's just gum.
Right. And
fucking gum.
And they don't put saltpeter in the salt shaker in boot camp.
No.
Right.
It's all ridiculous.
Yeah. But the caffeine gum is caffeine gum. I mean, it's, you know, it's branded as such.
Yeah, but that's
a
different animal.
Oh, it's a totally different animal. Let me tell you what. I've been sitting on posts with like 4 things of caffeine gum. Just Did you see it? Did you see
Jesus
it?
Christ.
Did you see it?
Did you see that?
Oh my God. I had a buddy on post. You know, you got to stay awake on post, man. So you're popping no-dos and shit like that. He's like, did you see it over there by the bush, the rock, the thing? Like, sweet ad rack, bro. Calm the fuck down. Like,
I was very analytical on how I stayed awake during like fire watch or radio watch or whatever, like in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I would take M&Ms or Skittles or any one of those kinds of like small candies that we'd get in the MREs, right? I'd always get a hold of a bag or 2 of those.
Sure.
And what I would do is figure out, you know, if it was an hour-long watch, then I would divide the amount of M&Ms I had by 55 minutes or whatever it was that I had left, right? And I would pop one every, like, let's say I had 55 minutes and I had 55 M&Ms. I'd pop another M&M every minute and chew through it. And then I would count to 60 and pop another one. So I kept my mind
God,
back.
dude.
Dude,
my
it worked.
God.
It worked like a motherfucker.
Oh, I'm sure
as a young Lance Corporal, I had a very bad experience, which I've talked about on this show before, where I fell asleep on duty and got NJP and the whole fucking thing for it. I didn't get any rank taken away, but I got, you know, I got the whole gamut. I want to say it was 40 and 45 and 45, or maybe it was 30 and 30. I think it was 45 and 45 though. And in the reconnaissance battalion, as a rope, meaning as a boot, that's what they call their boots.
Right, yeah.
That is hell on earth.
Oh,
that's
man.
not like regular fleet shit.
No.
That's like you might as well sign up to go to hell for 45 days.
Right.
So have fun with that.
Bring your caffeine gum.
I learned very quickly. I learned very fucking quickly that you don't fall asleep on duty. It wasn't even out in the field. It wasn't any, it was all bad. All bad. And
oh,
I make
man.
I make no excuses. I make no excuses except that we had like no fucking sleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Other than because we were in RIP at the time. And I think literally like 2 days prior, we had gone through Hell Week.
Yeah.
So I was working on like 24 hours of sleep and like a, fucking, I don't even know, over 96 hours. I'm not sure how many hours there are in a goddamn, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was like 5-6 days. So
God.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that was my learning experience. Never happened after that.
Yeah. Well, you're sleep deprived during all of these different training exercise because you're going to be sleep deprived during operations. And that's just what it is. I mean, that's the way that we work in the military. And so, yeah, caffeine gum and rippets. That'll get you through.
Fucking tiger's blood.
Oh, my God, dude.
Motherfucking rippets, tiger's blood, fucking monsters, rock stars.
Well, and I used to be...
whatever.
I used
whatever
to be...
you had.
Like, were you ever a gum chewer? Did you ever go through that phase?
No, never.
So when I was quitting cigarettes, I was a gum chewer. And prior to joining the Marine Corps, I was a gum chewer because I would chew gum in wrestling to kind of fake, hey, I'm eating something, body. Stop grumbling at me, right? When you're trying to cut weight. It's so horrible. I'm terrible on myself. But yeah, so I was a big gum chewer. Well, then in 20 on Palms, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to pack of gum, whatever. We're rolling around one day. Oh my God, dude. This gum in my mouth had collected all of the sand that had entered my mouth and had packed it into this
Jesus Christ
sand gumball that grit in between my teeth. And I was like, this isn't good anymore. Like, I don't want to do this. So the only time that I ever chewed gum on 20 on Palms after that was if I was in a static position for a long duration, or if I was like bouncing down the road and had a neck gaiter over my mouth to filter out the silt, the airborne filth that gets in everywhere. Oh my God, it was so awful. It was just one of those times where you're like, yep, this sucks a lot. It's real dry here. Like post-apocalyptic world, bring it the fuck on. Mad Max Thunderdome type shit, you're 10 ply. Sand gum. Yes. Dude, and for those of you who didn't experience caffeine gum, I'm telling you what, you're missing out on a unique flavor adventure, okay? You pack 3 to 5 pieces of caffeine gum inside your mouth at the same time. You're the guy on post who's just constantly moving his foot. He's just like bouncing his knee the entire time. Gotta stay awake, gotta stay awake, gotta stay awake. It's better than my one buddy. Did I tell you about my buddy who had to stay awake on post and I walked in, he was holding a grenade?
No.
I didn't tell you about this?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. So I was on Overwatch. And I was chewing caffeine gum. No bullshit. And it was just one of those to where I was going to be on Overwatch. And then I was going to rotate out onto a post. So I kind of got pwned. I got 5 hours of watch straight in a row. But that shit happens. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to wake myself up, whatever. And I was getting ready to transition to this other post. So as I was walking around doing my rounds, I go in, my buddy's sitting there in one of those plywood like sandbag chairs that we make, and he's behind the sandbags and the chain link fence and everything, but he's kind of curled up into a ball, like his feet are up on the bench with him. and he's got something in his hand. I'm like, the fuck? And all of a sudden I realize it's a grenade, and he's got the pin dangling from his finger. And I don't know if the thumb clip was off or not. And I'm like, what in the fuck are you doing, bro? And he looks at me real calm. It's like, gotta stay awake somehow, bro. And then just looks back out.
Jesus Christ. Unbelievable.
And I'm like, back away slowly from this situation, right? Dude, nothing happened. Put the pin back in the grenade, crimped it all back up. I'm like,
gotta stay awake somehow, bro.
What'd you do with that grenade? He's like, I put the pin back in it, crimp the pin. It's fine.
I'm good.
God.
I put a rubber band around it. It's all fine.
Right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, dude. Yep. Some people it's no dose. Other people, they hang on to grenades. Me, I'm a caffeine gun kind of guy. I wanted to, well, that, and I'm serious. I found a pack of caffeine gum. Like, it's heinous. It's all beat up, and how do I put it? Those, like the sugar candies, the little bottle cap candies, the way that it comes in that package, or even some of our Ear Pro, the way that it comes together in that package, it's basically like 2 pieces of paper that are glued around the 4 corners, and then whatever you got's pouched inside. That's exactly what the caffeine gun comes in. But when that fucker is beating around inside of your cargo pocket for, 25 patrols in a roll or whatever, I mean, it gets all wrinkled and shit to where it just turns into this beat up thing. Sometimes the gum falls out of it, or if you put it in a breast pocket or anything for when you're out on patrol, the sweat from you will just turn the thing all soggy. So you reach into your breast pocket for it and pull out this soggy mass. Just kind of pick the paper. Just get that paper out of there. Just get that out of there. All right. Throw that. Caffeine gum. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what Eskimos used to chew on?
Well, I don't know. Like, probably seal fat or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, blubber.
Yeah.
Fucking
chewing
blubber.
the fat,
It was, yeah, blubber. Straight up.
Yeah. See,
straight up, brother.
That's like, and I bring up gum also because I tried quitting cigarettes during my first tour. During my first tour, I tried quitting cigarettes while overseas.
Probably the dumbest decision you ever made in your entire life.
I mean, it depends. Dude, let me tell you what.
Probably not the dumbest, but yeah.
Definitely not the dumbest. Dude, I got married real young. Okay, I made dumber decisions before in my life. But, no, like, so the patches, they tell you, can give you fucked up dreams. Let me tell you where you don't want to have a fucked up dream. Middle of a combat zone. All right?
Right.
That's where you don't want to start having weird fucked up dreams. So I had a patch on, had a fucked up dream. Didn't like it. I'm like, no, screw that. Gonna switch over to the nicotine gum. And, you chew the gum, and then you kind of put it in between your lip and your gum like a dip, like you would a pinch. So I find myself cracking like 4 or 5 of them out, just like I'm used to a hog leg of coping, like, and so I remember this one day I had a patch. It was on, and I'm pretty sure I told this story. I had a patch that was on my arm, didn't like it anymore, took it off, put it on the radio mount, had some nicotine gum instead. But our truck was literally sitting in filth.
Fucking nicotine gum, dude.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I've been there.
A patch and nicotine gum. I'm quitting. Right. Listen, Bennett, I'm quitting. All right? Dude. I got a patch and nicotine gum. I quit. I'm done. I'm done with nicotine. Fuck that. Right? At this point. But, dude, our truck was sitting literally to the axles in piss and shit water. And it was making me, the smell of that oozing up through our floorboards was making me start to heave a little bit. And I'm like, fuck this. And so we pulled out of Gov Center, and we were coming down Gov Center Road, headed westbound, going through the Serpentine, and I just slammed on the brake. I mean, stood on the brake. Because I saw a pressure switch right there in the middle of the road. Started backing up, said there was a pressure switch. My vehicle commander at the time, I don't think really thought that I saw what I saw, you know, kind of like, all right, you know, I'll humor this dude. But he was glad that he humored me because they sent the robot out there and they found 3 160 rounds over on his side of the truck. I mean, we would have been gone.
Nice.
If we would have hit that thing.
That's toast.
Oh, dude. So I got a mouthful of nicotine gum and shit like that. I grabbed the patch off the radio mount, slap it on my oh my god.
That's when you like take the knife to your arm and like scrape it up and put the patch right on it. So it gets into the bloodstream faster.
Just get it in.
You know what I'm saying?
Just get in there.
Yeah, just get in there. You start doing little razor cuts and scraping off the skin so you get an abrasion, and then you put the nicotine patch right on it. Done that. It doesn't really work extra, I don't think, but it sounded good at the time.
That is some hardcore. That is some hardcore.
Just saying. That's what I needed at the time, and I'm not sure if it really worked, but
I remember my buddy.
Whatever.
My buddy was. He was doing the patch and I was doing gum, right? You know, the gum's better for me because of the fucked up dreams. But I remember we were both bouncing at the time and I was sitting over in this area where I could kind of eavesdrop on these other people, whatever. And they were like, man, you don't want to fuck with that guy over there. And he was pointing over to my buddy. And he was like, see him? He's wearing the nicotine patch, and that shit never works. That motherfucker will kill us. It was one of those. Like, don't fuck with the bouncer with the nicotine patch.
That's
awesome. My God, it was funny. Yeah. Well, and it was,
that is awesome.
It was one of those, like, for me, because of the sand gum thing, that's never really left me. I like gum. I do. But that it turning into a sweaty sand ball in my mouth. Not so good. That's not...
Right.
I can kind of... It's in there right now. Kind of feels like a cat box in your mouth hole. It's definitely... It's so gross, dude. But gum can also be a cleaning thing as well. I mean, that's something else where there are times where you're in the field and you're just like super, super filthy. You can't necessarily brush your teeth, at least not with the call it the basic American type accoutrement, because you can't have mint and all of these other different things that are smelling out in the field. So a lot of these fragrant style gums or anything else like that, you can't always have. That's why I was a big fan of like Juicy Fruit, you know, the gum that came in all of our MREs. It was kind of bland, and it was kind of bland for a reason, because it couldn't, you know, stink up the OP when you were out there. But I don't know. I can get down with some gum. See, like, again, I'm a hunter. It's like you can't chew gum when you're out there. You can't dip. You know, I mean, I guess you can smoke. I've definitely been out there with other guys. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but with other guys out in the bush. And my buddy... I was chewing gum, and my buddy Rob, fellow Marine, we were sitting in the bush, and he was having a cigarette and drinking a Monster at the time when 2 toms walked in on us. And we killed those 2 turkey, let me tell you what. So I'm pretty sure we're doing okay. But, yeah, man. Anyway, gum. Gum is it can't necessarily replace your toothbrush, but it definitely helps.
It can definitely help, for sure. You know, it's better than not doing. I mean, you know, I have dental issues to this day that I'm pretty sure are, you know, because of the military and, you know, lack of time or whatever of being able to brush teeth or have, you know,
yeah, they got
actual dental hygiene.
They got way better on that. That's one thing. That's probably the number one medical thing that they were really, really, really on the ball with. Like, if you were on that list, you were going to dental and nothing else mattered. They would pull you out of the field to go to dental.
Yeah, I had a cracked tooth out in the field,
Yeah.
That was like hell. That was pretty much hell.
Fuck that.
It took a few hours to get out, and you have like exposed nerve, and oh god, bro, it was
Dental
horrific.
stuff can take you out of the fight, man. It really can. I know that they've created a gum, who is they. I know that someone has invented to some extent a gum that could replace a toothbrush. But how, I mean, I'm sorry, it would be so great in bivouac to just wake up, pop your toothbrush gum out of your left breast pocket or whatever the fuck. Boom. Chew it, spit. You basically, you time it on your watch. You can only chew it for 60 seconds, and you need to make sure that it touches all your teeth. Go. So you're actually conscientiously chewing gum for 60 seconds, but it's the equivalent of brushing your teeth and washing it out with, mouthwash of some sort. Spit that thing. Because think about it also. I mean, I was always conscious of we're leaving behind biomatter. Even though it's just like our hygiene pit or whatever, I was always conscious of that because the enemy could find us. You leave behind one piece of brass, you leave behind a little bit of toilet paper out in the field. I mean, Jesus, that doesn't belong there. People got to wipe their ass, don't get me wrong, just dig the cat hole deep. But to be able to just kind of throw in some gum, chew it around, and then spat it, boom, there you go. Teeth brushed. It's pretty sweet. I'd be all right with that. They probably pack it full of sugar. It's just so terrible. Oh man. Yeah, but I was always one of those guys where it was like, okay, if it had to do with anything relating to how do I put it? I mean, even in relation to this job, like if I was chewing gum right now, I wouldn't be able to articulate anything. You would hear me just chomping away on gum.
Yeah, you'd sound like an asshole.
Right. So I was always, after out of the stage of being a boot, when I became a vehicle commander, and I was on the radio a lot. And you can't have that shit. I remember there were guys, you could hear their dip on the radio. You know what I'm talking about? Like this.
I do.
Cat black, it's got this giant, huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a first sergeant. Oh my god. Yep.
One of our snipers, you could hear him chew his gum, because they would always whisper, "Hey, we're in position," and it's like, why are you guys whispering? Shh.
I was just never like a big gum guy. I think it's because like my mom. I don't know, man. I think it's like childhood trauma.
You can't chew gum in school. It
is
childhood trauma.
My mom would not let me get any gum that was like, everything had to be non-stick gum or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, fucking, sometimes parents do weird shit. That was one of my mom's pet peeves, was like chewing gum. Yeah. It's like if it gets, fell out of your mouth, it stuck to something or whatever. I think there's no such thing as non-stick gum, but I think it's all bullshit.
Right.
Now, I was always later when I got a little older. I was always a fan of the like throwback brands of gum, not like Hubba Bubba and Bazooka and all that bullshit, but like going back to like the 1800s when they had like Blackjack, right?
Jesus.
Or
you took it way old school. I thought you were going to say Big League Chew.
No. So they had like Blackjack, and there was another one. Oh, Beeman's, I think is what it was called. And it had like a clove flavor to it. I like that shit too.
Yep.
That's just what I went to, and I just never was a big gum guy, man. I'm still not. I'd rather have mints or like some kind of hard candy, something like that.
I can appreciate that.
I used to, on deployment, my grandma would send me bags of like Werther's Originals and those the fucking red and white, candies, like the Pinwheel freaking hard candies.
Oh yeah.
The peppermints,
Yeah.
And I would eat the shit out of those things.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, see, we should do a whole nother episode just on care packages. Just get down on some care package goodness.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I think is fun about Cigars and Sea Stories is all of the different, our experiences go into it, but we're also looking to the audience members to share their sea stories and experiences with us as well. And if you guys are not already, up to speed with us on Facebook, check us out at Cigars and Sea. Check us out across social media. Yeah, man. I mean, just, be a part of the conversation. We're growing. The downloads are increasing. The reviews are out there. You folks are amazing supporters, and we're going to keep the dialogue going. So if you have anybody that you want to suggest as a guest, we've got the feature, again, available on the new website. It's up at, just go to cigarsandseastories.com, and then you'll see contact, and there's a little drop down. You can suggest a guest. For those of you who are already 5-Paragraph Business Plan users, and you would like to refer someone else to 5-Paragraph Business Plan, you can also refer them at 5paragraph.com. Hover over contact, biggity bow. You can refer somebody into 5P. So thank you so much for listening to another episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, and please do follow us on our social media spectrum that's out there. I want to say thank you to our collaborators. We're purchasers of each other's services. We do business with one another. They are collaborators with the show. Are we looking for sponsors? Yes, we are. But that's a conversation for another time. Our collaborators are fellow veteran-owned and operated businesses that we can introduce you to, no problem, right? McPherson Marketing Group, they're doing great things. They've helped us out. They're the ones who helped us with the reviews on our homepage. So if you check out all of the latest reviews on there, thank you so much for those 5 stars and those humbling words. It's amazing. Thank you. So McPherson Marketing Group helped us out there. Spartan Media builds a kick-ass website. Check them out, especially if you're within that construction sector. You're within commercial construction. Spartan Media, they can really hook you up with a lot of marketing solutions. Heroes Media Group is our network that we're a part of. Adam Bird runs that network, Heroes Media Group. Check out his show, The Decision Hour. They're doing good stuff over at The Decision Hour. They're revamping some things. He's got a lot more guests and recordings coming up. Check out Heroes Media Group. There are tons of shows on there. I think he's got like 100 shows on there right now. It's freaking nuts, and we are humbled to be among them. So check that out. Time meow. Did I miss anybody? I missed anyone? I don't think I missed anyone. Did I miss anyone?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So here's the thing, and I leave this for last, but certainly not least. HOCOA, the home repair network. Just go to HOCOA.com. It's HOCOA, Hotel Oscar Charlie Oscar Alpha.com, HOCOA, and check them out. They're for homeowners. They're for contractors. If you're a contractor looking for solid referrals, go to HOCOA. If you're a homeowner who needs a solid contractor, HOCOA interviews contractors, keeps all of their stuff on file, all of that other good trash. Their insurance, whether or not they're licensed or bonded, all of those other good things are all kept on file, plus an eyeball-to-eyeball interview, and they get referred by work order directly to you, the homeowner. If you have any issues, any problems, whatever it winds up being, which you're probably not going to have any issues or problems, you can contact HOCOA. They're your COC for all of this. They go on all of the websites that you're thinking of right now. They do all of the scouring around the web, but they're the person that you call. It's a lot like having your buddy, 24/7, 365, just waiting for you to call. Emergency water removal, any of that other stuff. They handle it. HOCOA.com. It's really cool. And if you're a contractor and you want referrals, not leads and blah, 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 and all of that other thing. Is it a lead? Sure, but it's a person in need who is requesting your services. Here, go fulfill. So they do great things across the board. That's why we partnered with them. Here with Cigars and Sea Stories, we're going to be bouncing around, and we're going to be checking out a lot of HOCOA unit owners, sharing Cigars and Sea Stories with HOCOA unit owners. They're actively expanding right now with veterans who wish to be their own business owners and would like to license the brand name that is HOCOA. So stand up their own operations, get on their CRM, everything else like that. Talk to us about it. And I say it that way because you stand up the business with a 5-paragraph business plan. That's how it goes. So Hakoa has brought us in to help establish those different units on 5-paragraph business plan. And yeah, we're just, we're tickled to do it. So they're a fantastic organization. They've been around since 1993. They are well established, especially in the Southeast. And we aim to bring them to all 4 corners of America. So get ready for that one. All right, folks, check it out. Subscribe, rate, review the podcast. Continue to share. Continue to shop at Cigars and Sea Stories. And our apparel and all of this other stuff will continue to mature along based on your input. So thank you very much to Mr. Joshua Anderson, who we will have on the show. He had valuable input on that which he wanted to see as a product. We gave it to him, and by God, he's satisfied. So we're going to have him on the show to share that with you. Yeah, man. This is fun. This is cool. You got any factoids about gum? You didn't look up a factoid, did you?
Yeah, I do.
You fucking
So
slacker.
chewing gum in many forms has existed since the Neolithic period, which is, a long fucking time ago. So, but like archaeologists have found 6,000-year-old chewing gum made from birch bark tar in Finland. So they found this tar with tooth imprints in it, and they believe that it was used because the tar has the antiseptic properties. So they feel like it was used for medicinal benefits. The Aztecs and the Maya also used, it's where the name like chiclets. Yeah. So they used chicle, which is a tree gum, and made a gum-like substance out of that. So
I'll be darned.
Shit's pretty old. Ancient Greece, yeah, mastic. Everyone's heard of mastic gum, right? But it's just a resin from a mastic tree, and they would chew on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
And then New England setters, but American Indians and New England settlers used to make gum out of spruce.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's crazy shit.
Jesus. I don't want to chew on a spruce tree.
Yeah, I know, right? They made it from the sap of spruce trees.
I don't even want to eat elk that's been chewing
fuck.
on spruce trees. That's why you don't eat swamp deer. Anyway. All right. That's why you stick around till the end of the episode, folks. There you go. Share the factoid with your friends and family. They're going to think you're smart.
Gives a fuck.
They're going to think you're wicked smart. They're going to be like, well, obviously you know what mastic gum is. Yeah, right.
Obviously.
Whatever.
Obviously, birch bark tar. Birch bark tar is great for your freaking
shove some neem root
dental
in
hygiene
there.
Needs.
Try this, Granny.
Yeah, your tooth hurts. Put some birch bark tar in there.
That's how they keep in their dentures.
Jesus.
And on that note, we cue the music.
From every breeze, from dawn to setting sun.